Let's see. Hey, everyone. Michelle Ferrari here, Member of Parliament for Peterborough Kawartha, and I'm in my office for a little hot minute here on a very beautiful summer Saturday. And I hope you're getting outside enjoying this beautiful sunshine. It makes everything feel better. But I came in because I wanted to sign some of the certificates. So we give certificates to graduating kids. I give signed certificates to graduating kids, high school kids, and grade eight graduates. And there's like, I don't know, I think there's somewhere around three, possibly 4,000. There's a lot. And a lot of people say, well, why don't you just stamp them? Why do you sign them? And it's one of the things I actually really like doing is signing these gift certificates, they're not gift certificates, these graduation certificates, because number one, I know a ton of the kids. I either watch them grow up, they're either, family members or friends or kids that I've watched grow up. A lot of them are my own friends' children that I've seen grow up. This one I just signed is a little extra special. It's Marcello, my son. I got to sign my daughters from grade 12 last year, and now I'm signing my sons from grade 8. But graduating is a really, really big deal. And it's one of the big determining successes of what will happen in your life. And some kids have so many barriers in their life that graduating is not just an easy thing for them. They might have a tough family life. They may have learning differences. They may be neurodivergent. They may socially not do well. And school is such a critical part of development for kids. And I find this a very emotional thing because I have kids who struggled in the school system. And so when you see them graduate, it is such worth the celebration. It's so worth celebrating and acknowledging on a big level. And I think it's really important we give as much credit to the graduates as possible, as well as to the community that helped them get there. It's just not a simple thing for a lot of kids. A lot of people just say, "Oh yeah, no, you go ahead and you graduate." It's not that easy for so many kids. Poverty, socioeconomic situations, mental issues, home life, all of these things. So I just think it's a very, very important piece that we need to be recognizing in our community. The other thing I will say is I think we really, really need to be mindful when we're talking to high school graduates of the language that we use. I think saying to a kid, "What are you doing next year?" like this pressure, and celebrating whatever path they choose. Don't say, "Where are you going to school next year?" That just might not be the path for them. They removed grade 13 shortly after I went through it. I went to OAC. And, you're just so young and there's just so many different things out there. And I think, we need to be celebratory of all of the different options that kids are going to take. And I remember sitting on the stage last year at Thomas A. Stewart's graduation, and they read a little bio as the student came up and received their certificate, and they would say, what they're going to do next year. And I think, taking a year to work, taking a year to travel, taking another year at high school, pursuing the trades, pursuing university, pursuing college. There's all these options, and one is not more valuable than the other. And I think it's really important that we celebrate kids and acknowledge that there's a million different paths, and it is such a windy road to figure out what you want, who you are, and we should be really encouraging to let kids figure that out. And I know for a long time, I talked about this for years before I was elected as a member of parliament, the trades, and just really saying, like, there's so many options out there. Like, if somebody had told me I was going to be a member of parliament, I would have never known that. And so I think as parents and caregivers and teachers, I think, you know, pointing out and encouraging the things we want to see in our kids is so valuable. And it's so hard as a kid because if you don't thrive academically, that's a lot of what identity is around. And so you feel less than. But there's so many people I know that are so successful that didn't thrive academically. And so I guess this is very important to me because I think it's at the crux of when we look at mental health and children, because when we create resilient kids and they know that their identity isn't determined by the marks on their report card, but we can also celebrate the kids who got great marks on their report card. We have a healthier society, right? We have a more there's so much choice right now for kids. And the things that we want to teach them how to do is regulate their own emotions and their own mental health. Be good manners and kind and considerate and making eye contact and a nice firm handshake and learning how to talk to people. And that's a skill we're losing a lot more as kids are raised on these. And so I just wanted to do that because I'll just see if I can show you. These are like, that's just a fraction of the certificates I'm signing. And I really think it's really important. And so if you're watching this and you have a child or a grandchild or you're graduating, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. It is not what you learned in school and into our university and college graduates as well. It's not always about what you learned. It's about learning to learn. It's about learning to manage time. It's about learning to manage responsibility. It's about learning to manage pressure. It's about learning to be compassionate and tolerant of different types of people that you're not always going to gel with, and learning to deal with a teacher that you may not get along with, and what lessons can you take away from them. So that's what I wanted to say. I think it's a very, very important thing as a society we need to be focusing on is to give our kids the time, space, and freedom and encouragement to know that they are worthy and to give them purpose. You can get up, you can work, you can contribute to the home, you can be all of these things, whether it's at college, university, at home, another year of school, whatever that looks like. As long as you're out there giving back to your community and showing up and being a good person, great things will come. We'll talk to you guys soon. I got signing to do. And by the way, my signature gets much, much messier as the day goes on.